Well, happy Monday. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Going to go straight to Jason Zinzaletta, who's running the board this morning. Any new news on the Yavapai College lockdown?
Nothing new in the last probably about 45 minutes now, from what we understand. Last we heard from the college is that all Yavapai College campuses and centers are on lockdown. The college is closed for the day. This is an active police matter specific to Yavapai College.
Okay.
And this is not a drill.
Right.
There was some confusion over that earlier today, but that has been cleared up by the Yavapai College police. So we are trying to find out what exactly is going on.
Right.
So for now, avoid the campus. If you don't need to be there, don't be there. And they are on. There is no services today, no remote work today. Employees are not there. So if you have any business with Yavapai College, just hang loose for the day, and let's hope this gets resolved pretty quickly.
Yes, absolutely. Do we know if it's policy for if one campus has to close, they close them all? Or do you imagine that this is a case of we don't know which campus?
We have no idea.
Yeah.
There simply is saying that all campuses are closed
Right.
and all centers are closed. So this includes Prescott Valley,
Right.
Liberty Valley, and all that. Why? We don't know.
What time did that lockdown come down?
This started about 5 o'clock this morning. There was some sort of message that went out, and then as time went on between 5 and 6, it got extensively a little bit more serious as time went on. But this has been ongoing since about 5 or so.
Okay, all right. Well, gosh, I mean, we could sit here and speculate, which would be so fun to do. But that's not going to get us anywhere. I just pray, like you said, that everything is going to be okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. How's Matt Hinshaw this morning? Is he okay?
Sure.
I almost ran over somebody on my way to work this morning.
It wasn't me, though, so I'm good.
It wasn't on purpose, but it's a situation. It was a situation. I was stopped at the crosswalk on what is it? When Murphy's on Cortez and
Willis.
Cortez and Willis. Thank you. Yes,
welcome.
and because there were people on the far crosswalk crossing.
Okay.
So I do the right thing, right? And I stop, and they're crossing. They're almost done crossing. I get ready to go, and a man jumps right out in front of me. I think he was assuming I was waiting for him, but I didn't even see him.
Maybe he had a death wish.
Well, it was a Mini Cooper. I don't know how much damage it would have done.
Well, I guess that's the size of the person, because I step out in front of cars all the time because I know I will do more
Right,
damage
you
to
would
the
have done
vehicle
more
than they
damage.
will to me.
Yeah. This is a pretty big guy, but still, it was, you're like, oh, shocking. It was shocking. But I was rushing to work because, of all the news that's coming down the pike, I wanted to get here and get prepared.
So basically, I'm disappointed that you didn't end up becoming news today.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't become news. Nobody wants to be news.
No.
Unless it's something fantastic like, I don't know, award-winning journalism.
I'm going with the win in the lottery.
Oh, that would be good too. Yeah, that would be it right
I mean,
there.
you can have your journalism. Feel
Right.
free.
No, I'd
I'll
rather
take lottery.
I'd rather have the lottery. Let's argue over it.
No arguing.
What about Jason? Would you rather get an award for journalism or win the lottery?
Money. Money.
We all know where we all stand. Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Big weekend. I went to the Pure Imagination Festival on Saturday. It was so good. Cheap Trick was so good.
Mosh pitting?
Almost. Lots of dancing. Lots of dancing.
Oh, man.
And, it's just great to see a nostalgic band like that. Every word to every song. And these guys came to perform, I don't know any of their names, but the guitar player, he's known for all of his really cool custom guitars. He brought them all out. He had one that looked just like him. And they sounded great. And everybody there that stayed had a great time. It was windy and it was a little cool. But it was another great festival put on by the team.
Do you know what the numbers are? How many people?
I don't know what the numbers are. We'll get a rundown from Candace.
Just curious.
Yeah. I know that there were less people than last year.
Oh, well, that's
But
sad.
last year it was 2 days. So
right,
I don't know.
the Friday and Saturday.
Right. Yeah. But I had a great time, and everybody there was having a great time as well. So thank you. Hats off to the people that put it on.
Do you think it's better to have 2 days or 1 day?
I think 1 day's plenty.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And because then you just go and you see all the bands you want. I got there in time to see Ponderosa Grove. Candace and Drew, who previewed their brand new song for us here on Leza Live last week. They did a great job.
Yeah,
love that band.
They played their whole new album, didn't
Pretty
they?
much. Well, they played some old songs too, but I didn't get there early enough because the music kicks off like at noon. And so I don't know who I missed, and I don't want to look back. But looking forward, everybody was great. Yeah, it was a great time. And the Wranglers got their first win of the season yesterday.
No comment.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I'm just happy for them.
Finally.
I know what it's like to be on a losing team, and it is no fun. That first season with the Wranglers, oh, what a slog.
And I only know what it's like to be with champions.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
No, there was some rough years. I mean, the year the Wranglers won the championship.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking because it's a long story. But it was bad calls, and we should have won, and we should have won everything that year.
Well, but you didn't.
They dropped the ball, and the right team won.
Literally and figuratively.
The right team won.
Yeah. So Matt works for the Rattlers if you guys are just tuning in and don't know. And so
11. This is my 11th season.
that's fantastic. You take pictures for them.
I do.
That's fantastic. Did they have a game this weekend?
They did.
Yes. Did they win?
Barely.
Barely.
Yeah, they were getting their butts whooped by
who?
Las Vegas.
Ah, okay.
And at the last minute, third quarter started turning it around and came back to win by 3 points.
Wow, good. Well, hey, a win's a win's a win.
Yep.
Speaking of winning, Scotty Scheffler yesterday, PGA Championship. I watched him. He struggled for the first 9. I mean, he had a lead the entire day. Oh, that's cool. Little music.
Sorry.
That's okay. Is that your ringtone?
No. I'm checking. I'm checking news here, and my phone is going crazy. So sorry about that.
Jason's rocking out in there. We're
Yeah,
talking news,
we're
serious
talking
subjects,
serious stuff. He's in there watching YouTube.
Oh, he just turned his microphone off. That's better. Yeah. But yeah, I love watching the guy play golf. He was struggling, like I said, first 9. He was in the lead almost all weekend, and ended up winning it, and it was awesome.
Where do you get all this time? I mean, were you watching golf at
Golf was Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say you were watching it at the Imagination
Festival?
Festival?
No, Imagination Festival was Saturday. Golf and hockey, watched the 7th game, Stanley Cup, not finals, playoffs last night. The Maple Leafs against the Florida Panthers. The Panthers won Game 7 by 6-1. They cremated the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs were done. They're like, we're done. We're out. Game 7, though. I mean, if you take it that far... Usually
so that was the end then?
A battle. No, we're moving on to the next round.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
well, I
what
mean,
it is.
I say we, but they are moving on to the next round.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
I don't really have a dog in the fight. Do you?
No, I don't really pay attention to hockey at all.
Yeah.
The Coyotes, because we had a team.
Right. Love the Coyotes. And then American Idol. They crowned the big winner last night, and it was my Jamal.
It wasn't true, so I think we should stop talking about it.
Oh, right. I was kind of hoping Drew would perform last night, but I didn't see her. Tuned in late. I think they started that show last night at 5 during the hockey game. I mean, come on, people. You need to be better at scheduling.
Priorities.
So, but Jamal, what's his last name? Roberts won season 23. So good. I knew it from the start when I first saw him on the stage. I'm like, that guy is going to win. He is the guy I've been talking about all along. The PE teacher that works in the projects with underprivileged children, and he's a father of 3, and just dynamic. The guy had this megawatt smile and a presence on stage that, when you see somebody like that, you just know that they were born to be up there.
So is he going to go back to the projects, or is he going to go tour?
I think he's going to go on tour. I think he's going to get a major record deal, and he's going to be the next big thing. R&B, soul, gospel. I don't know what genre, but he's going to be good.
Did he sing all that?
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't ever watched American Idol. Not my thing.
I know. Yeah, it's not your thing. You haven't pulled the Eagles up. We need to check in on them.
Oh, no, they're up there. I just
are
have
they
them
still
hiding.
there? They haven't fledged yet, huh?
As far as I know, no.
Yep. No, they're hunkered down. Looks like they're sunning themselves. Very nice. Humongous. Okay, well, that's all we need to know. They're still there.
They're still there. They have not
There's
left.
nothing new. Nothing new. All right. Well, I've got some things to share with you that are new. This is great news for us here. Well, not really us.
Is it about Taco Bell?
It's about State Farm Stadium, named the best NFL stadium to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah. I saw that story a while.
Well,
while ago.
I had it on
Yeah.
Friday. I didn't get to it.
Oh.
So I didn't want to pass it by because it's a great story.
Yeah. I gotcha.
I mean, if we have a zombie apocalypse, we all need to head down to State Farm Stadium.
I'm going in the mountains personally.
You are?
Yeah.
How safe do you think you'll be there?
Oh, I'm good. With
Yeah?
the Jeep, I'll get some places where there's no
Okay.
people.
Okay. All right. Whatever. The last place, the Seahawks Lumen Field. Survival rate score of 39.9. That's compared to State Farm Stadium's rate of 74.7.
Yeah.
Good news.
I mean, I've watched The
It's great
Walking
news.
Dead, especially the new one. I haven't watched the latest season, but Dead City.
Yeah.
They have an episode where it is the Madison Square Garden, I think, is what it's supposed to be, full
Oh.
of zombies. And it's
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
scary. Pretty
there's
scary.
there's no getting out.
No.
With that many zombies and only a handful of doors, you're trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah, you're probably right. You need to go out where there's room to
no
roam.
people, no nothing.
I mean,
I'm going to
and
Ash Fork.
speaking of room to roam, I mean, this fire over there in Greer.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible. What are they at? 20,000 square miles or something like that?
I think it's 20,000 acres. Yeah.
Square acres. Oh my gosh, it's just awful.
Well,
No containment, they said this morning.
It's just so depressing because the White Mountains are gorgeous.
Oh, so
We're
beautiful.
just losing all of our beautiful tall forests in this state.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
Yep, I'm sad to wake up this morning to hear that there's no containment yet. What you got, Jason? Jason turned his mic on. He's got something important to say. Everybody listen.
Okay, I just shut it off.
Oh.
All right, no, no, the Greer fire is at 20,324. No containment as of about a few minutes ago. They've updated the perimeter on Watch Duty app, and they are saying that, very little else to update. They're trying to hold the lines now, so we'll see. We'll hope.
Okay. Just prayers and thoughts going over there to them in Greer dealing with that.
What can you do when you have the winds we've had?
I
30,
know.
40, 50 miles per hour? There's nothing you
Right.
can do. You can't get planes in the air.
Right.
Nothing.
Right. That's a great place to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have Jason update us on what we can expect with our weather here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Okay, I'm going to update you on what to do with your weather indoors. I'm talking about your AC and your heater. I mean, there's nothing worse than when your heat goes out on a cold night, your AC decides to quit during a summer heat wave. You need to have this number in your phone, AC Medic Heating and Air, locally owned and operated. They're the trusted pros who show up on time and get the job done right. 928-848-6224. And if you're a senior, a veteran, or a first responder, this is extra awesome. They're going to give you 10% off all repairs. So don't wait until you're sweating or shivering. Call AC Medic Heating and Air, your trusted first responder for comfort. Again, that number 928-848-6224. Welcome back. Welcome back. I can't hear myself. Welcome back. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA. We are here on a Monday morning with, of course, the big news of the morning we all woke up to, the fact that Yavapai College's campuses, all of them, closed for the day for a police situation. That's really all we know. I just saw that 12 News is reporting on the details on Facebook, and that's all they know as well. So the more we learn, the more we will share. And Jason is on it. He's taking all calls this morning, and as it comes in, you will bring us the latest. Correct, Jason?
Well, I'm taking some calls.
Okay. Well, I mean, if Yavapai College calls, take the call.
I will. I will not put them on hold.
Okay,
I
very
thought
good.
you were going to talk about the Eagles being the most important thing.
No, Jason was going to bring us the weather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's the weather? Well, the weather today, let's see. It looks like it's going to be sunny but breezy still, as we said.
Okay.
Up to about 25 miles an hour, 81 in downtown Prescott. Clear tonight, still breezy through tomorrow at least, although it's going to start dying down a little bit, and things will start warming up.
Okay.
So your Gulf weather tomorrow is 85 degrees.
Nice.
And then Wednesday, it's going to clear up. The breezes are going to kind of calm down, and we're going to be up to about 86 degrees, and that's going to be pretty much the high for the rest of the week.
Oh.
We're going to be in the mid-80s all the way through the weekend. No chance of precipitation. Basically, typical summer weather for Prescott.
Fantastic. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I want you guys to know that today is National Accounting Day. So if that gets you anywhere in the day. This is more important, though. It's National Devil's Food Cake Day.
That is way more important.
Way more important. And our guests that are coming up, we have Cupcakes by Leanne coming up. So maybe she can tell us what the secret is for a really good devil's food cake. Cupcake.
Communing with the devil, maybe?
I don't think it has anything satanic about it.
Well, it has devil in the name.
I know. I don't know why. It says the name refers to the culinary term for deep, rich color, like in deviled eggs or ham. Devil's food cake also happens to be the chocolate counterpart to angel food cake. So there's balance in the universe.
So angels eat angel food cake, devils eat.
Which do you prefer, Maddie?
You know me.
I don't even have to ask.
It's all
right?
about the darkness.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, it's also Victoria Day, Canada, Memorial Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this weekend. So today, I guess, is their holiday. We get to look forward to Memorial Day next Monday, right, Jason?
That's right. This coming Monday.
Are we doing anything special programming-wise?
Well, we might have a few specials.
Mm-hmm.
Phil King in the morning usually has a nice Memorial Day themed program, and otherwise it's going to be kind of a quiet day here, I think. And,
right.
Which it should be for everybody. It's a 3-day weekend, and we remember those who served and passed away in service of their country, but also it's a kickoff to the summer.
That's right. You're so right, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course I am. I mean, you're
So listen to this. Working together, surgeons at UCLA and USC successfully performed the first ever human bladder transplant. It's pretty interesting. This Dr. Nima Nasari is one of the two creators of this technique. He said, this first attempt has been over 4 years in the making. They perfected the surgery by using robotics as practice. One of the surgeons called it a historic moment in medicine. Kind of interesting.
okay.
This is interesting as well. A new investigation uncovered an incident that happened on Lufthansa. Is that how you say that? Lufthansa flight in 2024. The flight went without a pilot for 10 minutes after the co-pilot fainted while he was alone in the cockpit. I guess it turned out okay. It happened in 2024, but that's, autopilot kicked in, and none of the 199 passengers were injured. Eventually, the co-pilot came around, opened the door, and let the pilot back in.
I believe most of the time when they're like just cruising out,
they're on autopilot anyway.
To begin with, yeah.
But you can't land the plane on autopilot, can you?
Well, you can actually, yeah, but I think they try and control it for the most part.
Wow.
But yeah, they have.
Those people that were on that flight, they're like, I didn't even know.
And they survived.
They survived it. Yep, absolutely. It's going to be a very lonely high school reunion for senior Diana Lopez. She's the only person graduating from South Cameron High School in Louisiana. Most families left the area after Hurricane Laura, leaving Lopez as the only student in her class. Yeah.
Valedictorian.
The school, yeah, all of them. She gets all of the
All
awards.
the scholarships.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm all down for that. I get it.
Exactly. The school is still going to have a graduation ceremony just for her, and she happens to have a 4.0 GPA. So either way, she'd still be graduating top of her class.
Now she's just showing off.
Right? Absolutely. A man is suing Whataburger over onions on his burger. Would that make you so upset?
No, I love onions.
I love onions
And I
on a
love
burger.
Whataburger.
Don't sue Whataburger.
I know. Well, this guy is. He's a Houston man, and he's suing them for nearly $1 million. He had asked for no onions because of food allergies, which we all can kind of understand, right? And the man claims he had an allergic reaction after eating the burger. In June of last year, the man also sued Sonic for the same reason. I see something here.
Yeah, he was trying to get rich quick.
Could be. I would think that if I had an onion allergy or any kind of serious food allergy, I would check the food before I ate it.
Or the other one is if you truly have that serious of a food allergy, you don't go to those restaurants that have those
Good
foods
point.
there.
Good point.
That's why they have all the stickers, like, nowadays where if
Right.
the peanut allergy, where it's like, yes, peanuts are in the kitchen kind of thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Did you guys see the video this weekend of that Mexican Navy ship that hit the Brooklyn Bridge?
No, I heard about it, though.
Oh, my gosh. When I saw it the first time, I thought, that's got to be AI. There's no way that that really happened. It really happened. The ship was all lit up beautifully. Huge Mexican flag flying in the front. All of a sudden, it looked like the power, they lost power, not to the lights, because the ship started to drift towards the edge of the river, and it slammed right into the Brooklyn Bridge, taking off most of the top of the masts.
Maybe they ran out of gas.
Yeah, I don't know if we know what led to the crash yet. But, of course, they're going to be investigating it. 2 people were killed, and over 20 others were critically injured when those masts came down. How
Ooh,
awful.
jeez.
And it was something to see. I tell you what, you should look for the video.
I will. I will.
Yeah, it is really impressive. Okay, you had something that happened to you on Sunday. What were you
I
going to
don't
share?
know something that happened to me, but I'd be remiss if I don't mention this.
Okay, please.
My friend Jason Thompson, Handyman Services.
Yes.
Which we need to discuss, him getting on, as an advertiser.
He needs
begin
to
with.
sponsor Leza Live.
I'm
I
trying.
know.
I was working on it last
I know.
night. So we do this thing on Sundays
Yes.
called Misfits Dinner.
Oh,
And
yes.
he
You've
thinks-
talked about that before.
Yeah, and he thinks he can give Barry a run for his money.
Yeah.
But so that's one thing.
Well,
he
can
wants
he?
to call Barry out and
Did you
invite him
eat-
to dinner.
Did you go to his dinner, and what did he serve?
We did. So last night we have egg rolls for the appetizer
At his house.
at Jason's.
And he cooked
yeah.
everything. He didn't
Yep.
get the frozen egg rolls from
Nope.
Schwann's.
Nope. Had a wok in the back. It was teriyaki glazed chicken,
Ooh,
which marinated all day.
nice.
Fried rice and steamed broccoli.
Wow. Okay, well, you've had Barry's food and you've had Jason's food. Who wins?
I'm not.
Come
I'm,
on.
No, I'm
You're
not
the
going down
only
that.
one on the show that's
Because-
had both.
Because if I pick one, then I won't get it from the other. So they both are equally incredible.
You're a smart man. Very,
But no,
very
no,
smart man.
Jason wants me to invite Barry to dinner, even though he's not a misfit.
I think that Jason should bring food on a Friday
I-
when Barry's here.
I'm down for that.
Free food for us Friday from Jason.
That'd be even better.
Free food for us Friday, including free food for Barry.
Free food for
The
Barry.
title just got really long.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
Okay, I got one more story unless Jason had something to share. No, I have one more story before we have to move forward, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing worse than coming home and discovering that there was a break-in in your home. Except in this case, it did keep getting worse.
Oh, hold on. Jason's serenading us again.
That is his ringtone. I know it is. It sounds like Panic at the Disco.
He's just not even saying anything
He's
now.
shaking his head. He's shaking his head. Okay, a man in L.A. came home last Saturday after being away for a couple hours, and when he put the key in the door, he looked inside and saw that his house had been ransacked. He looked closer, and he found a naked man sleeping in his bed. But wait, it got worse. The police came, they've hauled the guy off to jail, but the homeowner continued to find strange things inside. The intruder apparently ate a box of ice cream sandwiches, cooked some veggie burgers, and then he went through all the chewing gum. He ate a full box of 60 pieces and then spit them out in a big wad the size of a softball.
nude? He did this all nude?
All nude.
Wow.
Yeah,
I guess
he was having a party
Yeah.
for one.
I mean, I guess that's one way to
Oh.
enjoy life.
But wait, there's more. The intruder also killed a possum on the back patio by using a statue. So I'm pretty sure that left a mark.
Well, at least he only killed it. He didn't, like, grill it or, give it chewing gum.
Grill it.
Could have been worse.
You're right. It could have been worse. Look at you with the silver lining. I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way, Maddie.
I mean, honestly, I'd just be most upset about the ice cream sandwiches
I know.
and the nudity. I mean, come on. You don't want another dude's equipment, in your bed. I mean, come on. That's your private sanctum.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, we'll move forward with a commercial break. Coming up, we're going to be chatting with Cupcakes by Leanne. I don't know what Leanne's last name is, but I know that her first name's Leanne, and I know she makes beautiful cupcakes. We're going to be chatting with her coming up next here on Leza Live. Stay with us. So at Prescott Women's Clinic, a visit isn't just about a checkup. It's about feeling heard. It's about taking a deep breath, knowing you're in the hands of providers who see you, not just your chart. Whether it's your first visit or your 50th, they're here to walk you through every stage: adolescence, motherhood, menopause, and everything in between. Prescott Women's Clinic believes your wellness isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's personal, and it deserves time, care, and expert attention. Give them a call today. Make an appointment, 928-778-4300, or you can learn more online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. Welcome back, and thanks for listening. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA. Joining me in studio, I have Cupcakes by Leanne, also known as Leanne Kuhn. Good morning, and thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to see these in person. I want to show everybody that's streaming us live worldwide. These are cupcakes. I don't know if you can see how beautiful. I mean, they look like real flowers. And Leanne's going to tell us all about how she became such a culinary artist.
Oh,
Tell us how it all
thank you.
began.
Well, I was actually an educator for 28 years.
Okay.
And in 2017, while I was a principal of an elementary school, my sister decided she wanted cupcakes that look like flowers for her wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I refused to pay $60 a dozen.
Yes.
Because I volunteered to pay for the cake table because I thought she was going to get a cake.
Right.
So then she decided on cupcakes that look like flowers. And I said, you know what? I'm too cheap to do that. I'm going to go home and I'm going to figure this out.
Well, were you a baker before that?
Nah, not so much.
Or a decorator?
No.
So that's what inspired you to try.
Never had done any of that before. So I watched all the videos. Thank God for YouTube.
Right.
But I made lots of buttercream. And because I was a principal of an elementary school at the time, the great thing about teachers is they will eat anything.
Oh, true.
If it shows up in the staff room and they didn't have to make it, they're like, score.
Right.
So anyways, I took cupcakes to my staff just about every week. And the other great thing about teachers is they will give you feedback whether you want it or not.
Sure.
And so they were really great about helping me kind of hone my practice. And in June of that year, I did my sister's wedding, and I kind of just, washed my hands of it and said, I'm just going to go home and I'm going to be a principal till I die.
Yeah.
And when I returned, I found out they were closing my school due to low enrollment.
Oh, wow.
And so I had a choice to go back to teaching or to resign and get another job. And I was like, oh, I've never had trouble getting a job. I'll just resign. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And my story is that God chose that moment to deal with my pride issues because about 25 to 30 interviews later, I still didn't have a job.
Is that right? What year was that?
2017.
Wow.
And so, somebody, I wish I remembered who, some friend said, hey, you should post pictures of your cupcakes. Maybe people will buy them. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm a principal. I'm not a baker. Like, I don't do that for a living.
Right.
And, but I do believe that sometimes God speaks to you through people in your lives. You just never know, right?
Yes.
So I posted pictures on Facebook, and pretty much overnight, I had a full-time cupcake business, baking about 20 to 40 dozen a week in my home with a home cottage license, business license.
Yes.
And so I did that full-time for 6 months while I was basically being prepared for the next chapter in my life, which was to be a director in the School of Education at Azusa Pacific University.
Oh,
so
wow.
I ended up taking that job, but I couldn't give up cupcakes. So for 3.5 years, I did both. So from 8 to 5, I was a director in a school of education. And from about 6 to midnight, I was a cupcake queen.
Wow.
So I stopped making dinner for my family. And
you're on your own.
Yeah, and so then the rest is kind of history. So at this point, I've been in business 8 years. We moved to Prescott about 4 years ago and had to start from scratch with a brand new customer base, and the community has been so wonderful, and we always say we're booked, busy, and blessed at Cupcakes by Leanne.
Love it.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me, are you charging $60 a dozen?
I do not.
You
no.
don't. You
in
should.
fact, I feel so strongly about the fact that this is why I started this business, because I didn't want to be gouged.
Right.
That I do charge $40 a dozen, but the cupcake prices have not changed in probably 5 years.
Right.
So, which is a little difficult now with a lot more prices and things going up. But I'm really committed to keeping my cupcakes at that price, and then I can raise prices on other things, because now not only do I do cupcakes, I bake about 50 to 90 dozen a week in an oven just like yours. I don't have an industrial oven.
That's amazing.
And I also do cakes and lemon bars and brownies and pies and all kinds of other things. So so it's really grown quite a bit. But yeah, that's kind of...
I love it. What a great story. I can't believe, looking at these, that you just were self-taught. that you just watch YouTube videos. I mean, they really are so detailed. They look like real flowers.
Yeah. Well, it's taken, it took some practice. I remember at the
Right.
beginning, I would just make a batch of frosting and sit at the kitchen table and just practice and practice and practice and practice.
Yeah.
And now I teach classes too. So that's the other thing, is that I have a studio and classroom attached to my home, about 1 mile from downtown Prescott, and have this beautiful space where I can feed my teacher soul. Because once you're an educator, you're always an educator.
Sure.
So I teach classes on cupcake decorating, and no one has ever left my studio with ugly cupcakes.
Oh, good.
So I don't know. I don't know if that attests to the fact that I'm a decent teacher, or it's just not as hard as it looks.
Okay.
So it's intimidating with all the frosting and the tips and the stuff.
Right.
But once you sit down and you have some good instruction, it's really not as hard as it looks. So, and it's super fun.
Well, that's hard to believe, but I'll take your word for it. We're talking with Leanne Kuhn from Cupcakes by Leanne this morning. More coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. So, did you know that tooth decay often comes down to one factor, and that's acid? At Pro Solutions Dental Group, they target the source by helping patients control acid levels in the mouth, preventing cavities and keeping smiles strong. For a refreshing, proactive approach to your dental care, visit PrescottDentist.com or give them a call, make an appointment, 928-776-1208. Welcome back, and thanks for hanging out with us. It's Leza Live on a Monday morning on the news, 103.5 FM KYCA, chatting with Leanne Kuhn from Cupcakes by Leanne. I know you've seen her cupcakes. You've been to events where they've been given out, and you've seen pictures of classes, and you said that not one cupcake leaves the studio that's ugly. They're always beautiful.
Yep.
And how long are those classes? I mean, I'm imagining hours upon hours.
No. So classes are about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the size of the group and the speed of the group. I always say no cupcaker left behind.
Nice.
So we just take our time, and in each class they create a dozen cupcakes, and so it's 2 of every design. So I always call the first cupcake our practice cupcake.
Okay.
So I walk them through step by step. And then literally, I'm so confident in their abilities after that first cupcake, they do what we call the expert cupcake.
Nice.
And
which one is that? Is that the hydrangea?
Well, no. So they do 2. They'll do 2 of each design.
Gotcha.
So then by the end, they have this dozen beautiful cupcakes.
Oh,
and if it's not flowers, it's succulents. And then we have all the holiday classes. In the summer, when there's no holidays, I do fun things like dogs and Highland cows and safari animals.
Oh, how cute.
So I think at last count, I had about 14 classes you could take without repeating a single class.
That's amazing.
So that's kind of a good business plan to have,
Absolutely.
have people coming back. And then I also teach a cake class. I try once a month, but usually it's about every other month or so I can get a cake class in.
Nice.
So, and people really enjoy it, and we have a good time. And
I bet.
And it really my goal with the studio is also I feel strongly about connecting women, because when we first moved here, I heard a lot of stories from women in my classes that would say, "Oh, I'm new here and I don't have any friends, or I haven't met anybody." And so by the end of class, people are exchanging phone numbers and
Fun.
yeah, they're getting together. And so it's really a blessing to be able to have that space to use, not only to feed my teacher soul, but to give people something fun and experience
and connect.
Yeah,
as well.
And connect. Yeah.
How can people find out the schedule for your classes, and how can they sign up for them?
So mostly class schedules are posted on the 15th of every month for the following month on Facebook.
Okay.
And if you don't have Facebook, people often will just email me or text me and say, "Can I have the latest schedule?"
Mm-hmm.
There's a maximum of 12 participants in each class, so they sell out fairly quickly.
I can imagine.
And people just have to message me or text me and tell me what, how many seats they want, things like that. I also offer private classes. So with a minimum of 8 people, maximum of 12, you can book your own class. We just have to agree to a date and a time that works for everybody.
Right.
And they come. And so I've done bridal showers and birthday parties and all kinds of different,
How
reasons
fun.
to get together. Just a bunco group came one time. So the options are pretty limitless in that area, but it's super fun.
Do you want to give out your phone number so they can text
Sure.
you or email
So
you?
you can text me at 626-825-8244. And the email is cupcakesbyleanne17@gmail.com. And the website is cupcakesbyleanne.com.
Okay. Very good. Now, you wanted to chime in on the devil's food cake.
Oh, yes. So today is National Devil's Food Cake Day. And I heard you earlier asking about what was the key to making devil's food. So it may sound very strange, but actually adding espresso powder to your chocolate cake batter makes a much deeper, richer chocolate. And so that's kind of the pro tip on devil's food.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. What's the pro tip on the frosting? Because everything is held so nicely together.
Yeah. So my frosting is always American buttercream.
Okay.
And American buttercream is made out of real butter, powdered sugar, and vanilla. And so when you taste these, you're also going to notice they're not super sweet, because I don't like frosting that hurts my teeth, right?
Me neither.
So the pro tip there is you use some salted butter with unsalted butter, because salt cuts sweetness. And so so for me, it's 4 cubes of butter to 2 pounds of powdered sugar, and vanilla kind of as needed to get the right consistency. So your buttercream can't be too loose, for lack of a better term. It can't, and you don't want it to be too stiff either. So there's kind of a really good balance. The great thing about buttercream is you can make it one way or the other just by adding liquid or more powdered sugar. So if your frosting gets too liquidy, then you add more powdered sugar.
Okay.
Vice versa. Also, during the summer, sometimes people are challenged because it's warm and buttercream melts in the heat of your hand and things like that. So when your buttercream gets too loose, if you're using it, you just put it in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes, pull it back out, it's ready to go.
Fabulous.
But the great thing about buttercream is it can be made way ahead of time and frozen, because it's just butter.
Okay.
So, and people often don't realize that baked goods, even that are already frosted, can be frozen for like 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
Refrigerated for a couple of weeks, because it's just butter on top of cake. So,
wonderful.
And so, yeah, the buttercream is really probably way more important than the cake part. Like cake is cake.
Cake is cake.
But the frosting is like the thing that really puts it over the top.
Do people have a favorite flavor of cake? frost?
So it's interesting. For me, I would say probably the flavor that gets ordered the most probably would be lemon and my snickerdoodle. There's certain flavors that are very tricky, like red velvet. People either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
Carrot, you got to have a specific person. So when people are ordering from me for big events like weddings or like Joy of Giving event or something like that, what I usually recommend is that they order some combination of chocolate and vanilla, because almost everybody likes one or the other of those.
Yes.
And then a couple specialty flavors. But I always get a little worried when a bride wants to do like all lemon with raspberry filling, because not everybody likes lemon with raspberry filling. And I'm always worried they're going to end up with hundreds of cupcakes left. And they usually tell me, that's okay, we don't mind.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
For weddings, do you do those tiered cupcakes to make them look like a wedding cake? Or how do you usually present them at a wedding?
So there's multiple different ways. A lot of people, the trend right now typically is a smaller wedding cake for bride and groom, like just a cutting cake.
Okay.
And then cupcakes for guests. Cupcakes are so much easier to serve.
Sure.
But one of my specialties that no one else offers is something called the cupcake centerpiece. And so literally what I do is I build a centerpiece full of cupcakes that goes in the center of every table.
Yes.
It saves the couple money because they don't have to pay for something that's going to go in the center of the table and probably get thrown away.
Yes.
Plus a cake table. It's all right there, and their guests walk in and they are just like, those aren't cupcakes. That's like, they look so real.
Yes.
And then the other thing is that a lot of our wedding venues are on the smaller size. And so having the dessert right at the table where the guests are kind of eliminates a lot of that up and down chaos going to the cake table and things like that. And their dessert is just right at the table for them.
Love it.
So so that's kind of a specialty thing.
I love that idea. And you did do that for the Joy of Giving lunch. We had them as centerpieces. And really, the first thing everybody talked about when they sat at the table was the cupcakes.
Yeah. Yep. And I always get comments about, oh my gosh, everybody wanted to take pictures of your cupcakes before they ate them. And the tricky thing though is that I get a lot of, they're too pretty to eat.
Yes.
And so sometimes with the centerpiece situation, people are like afraid to take the first one out.
Sure.
And so I usually will tell the bride or the maid of honor, go around to every table and just whisper into someone's ear.
Go ahead and start.
You be the first one to take one out, because until one person takes them out,
that's a great point.
They won't take them out.
Yes.
Because they're like afraid.
Yeah.
And so, and that whole they're too pretty to eat thing, I always say, just take the first bite, you'll get over it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. But have you ever seen the way people eat cupcakes where they take off the bottom half of the cupcake and they put it on top like a sandwich?
Like a sandwich. That's a new thing, isn't it?
Well, it's been around a little while, but the first time I saw someone do that with one of my flour
Were you
cupcakes,
horrified?
I like almost cried. 'Cause I was like, oh,
all that hard work.
But,
But see, you got to have frosting with every bite.
I
and
know.
that's the way you can accomplish that.
Yeah. And it is a little less messy, I guess, if you make a sandwich out of it. But yeah, it's a little heartbreaking to see those flowers get smashed.
I'm sure. I'm looking at these flowers here, and they are absolutely beautiful. We have to take one more break. When we come back, I want you to tell us about Mr. Cupcake who delivers.
Yes.
All right, that's coming up. We're talking with Cupcakes by Leanne here this morning on Leza Live. All right, so tomorrow's the day. All of my faucets in my home, every single one, will be provided with safe and cleaner water. I'm getting a whole home water filtration system from H2O Health Water and Health Solutions at the Pine Ridge Marketplace. I'm so excited about this. I'm on city water, and there's a lot of chlorine and a lot of other things in our drinking water. I mean, I have to filter my water after it comes out of the faucet, and my little Brita filter's just not cutting it. This is very exciting because my whole home will have this system that's able to remove or reduce pesticides, herbicides, arsenic, radium, uranium, and many other toxic chemicals and bacteria that I don't want to be drinking. I don't want to be bathing in it. I don't want my laundry to be cleaned with it. And so I'm really excited about this. And it's one size never fits all when it comes to water. They do not remove the essential minerals that your body needs, just the junk. They say up there at H2O Health, Water, and Health Solutions. buy a filter or you're going to be a filter. Give them a call right now for a free consultation, 928-899-7504. Again, that's 928-899-7504. And be sure to tell them Leza sent you. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYC. We're talking cupcakes this morning. Cupcakes by Leanne in studio, otherwise known as Leanne Kuhn. She does have a last name. I didn't even know it when you sat down. I'm like, do you have a last name? Now, tell us about Mr. Cupcakes and how he delivers.
Oh, Mr. Cupcakes is a very important part of the business.
Yes.
He is my delivery man. But also, he is my best advertising tool ever. It's the craziest thing. If I post a picture of just my beautiful cupcakes, I might get, 50 to 60 interactions. If I post a picture of Mr. Cupcakes on his way out the door in his cute little uniform, ready to deliver.
Yes.
He gets like 500 likes and about 13,000 views. So
I love it.
I always say when I'm low on my Facebook algorithm, I just put some Mr. Cupcakes out there and people love it.
Fabulous.
So,
What's not to love?
Right.
All right. We have about a minute left. So why don't you go ahead and tell us again how people can get a hold of you? And you told me during the break that people need to order ahead of time.
Yes. So I do book up about 3 to 4 weeks in advance. I'm just a one-woman show. So always plan ahead for your events. The website is cupcakesbyleanne.com. Facebook is absolutely the best way to see all the pictures and see lots of information and menus and things like that.
Right.
And then my phone number is 626-825-8244, and text is always preferred. And then email is cupcakesbyleanne17@gmail.com. So would love to hear from new and existing people.
Yes, and it's spelled Leanne, Leanne.
Yep.
Yes, well, I reached out to you on Facebook, so that was the best way to get hold of you for me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in
My
this morning, and
pleasure.
thanks for the
Thanks for
beautiful
having me.
cupcakes. I'll be sure to share them with everybody.
You're welcome.
All right, take
Thank
care. I'll see you
you.
on 99.1 at noon.